Becoming a cheerleading world champion is what every cheerleader dreams of since the day tryouts begin. After 11 long months of practicing in competitions, the Cheerleading Worlds is the competition of all competitions. The Cheerleading Worlds is held once a year inside the magical world of Disney in Orlando, Florida. Throughout the year at different competitions, Level 5 teams compete to earn invitations called bids to attend the world competition. A Level 5 team is the highest level you can be in cheerleading, where you are required to have tumbling up to a double full and the highest level of stunting. The only way a Level 5 team receives a bid is by winning a competition during the season, and then they are allowed to attend Worlds to compete to become a world champion, the greatest honor in all of cheerleading. Cheerleading has moved from just a sideline distraction during a football game to a high-demanding physical sport that is growing exponentially. Caitlin Laffel wrote in her book, Cheerleading, From Trials to Champions, that over the last few years, cheerleading has become one of the greatest and fastest-growing sports around today. Most people still see cheerleading as a feminine sport, but with the increasing popularity of the sport, more men have also become male cheerleaders. According to the book Cheerleading Today, The History of Cheerleading, there has been an increase from roughly 5% to almost 50% of male cheerleaders today. While I was growing up, all of my friends always told me stories about the cheerleading worlds. After hearing so much about cheerleading, I was determined to become a cheerleader. In the 5th grade, I asked my mother to become a cheerleader, and she refused to allow me. Although my mother was not supportive, I would not give up on what I had set my heart on. One day, I would become a male cheerleader and cheer at the cheerleading worlds, no matter what it took. At the age of 16, my obsession for cheerleading had grown tremendously. I had told myself, I'm 16 years old. I will not let my mother dictate what I will do with my life any longer. When I asked her this time to become a cheerleader, she said yes, and I did not even have to beg her. What had changed my mother's mind? Nothing made me more excited. However, it was now only January, and cheerleading tryouts weren't until May. I waited 5 long months to finally pursue my dreams of cheerleading. My senior year, I began to cheer at Ace All-Stars in Tyrone, Georgia. Ace is one of the largest and most well-known cheerleading gyms in the world. There I was, placed on a Level 5 team. Could it be true that I was finally going to get to live my dreams competing at the cheerleading worlds? The name of my team was Ace Thunderbirds, whom had placed 5th in the world the previous year at the cheerleading worlds competition. After 11 long months of tireless practice and many competitions, we had received a bid to the cheerleading worlds. Worlds was just around the corner. When arriving in Orlando, Florida for Worlds, I was starstruck. Practicing next to us were some of the best teams from around the world, and then there was me. I felt so much joy that I almost began to cry. After the first day of competition, we were in 10th place and moved on to day 2 of the competition. After the second day of competing, the top 10 teams were listed off and called onto the main floor for awards. Ace Thunderbirds had made the floor. We were once again in the top 10 of Worlds. We moved up 1 place and ended up getting 9th in the world. No matter what anyone says, I believe I won that day. Not because I walked away with a gold medal, but because I set out and made my dreams come true. After 9 years of never giving up, I made my dreams come true. Let's turn it up.